What is going on, guys? This is All Gaming with my review of Naruto chapter 700 and plus 1. We are finally here with the Naruto Gaiden, the official spin-off, from the former Naruto series, and we're finally here now with chapter 1. And I gotta say, this chapter, it reveals something very important, or at least it hinted at, because obviously, we never know what Kishi might do till he confirms it, within the series itself. But the chapter itself, it starts off where we have Boruto, Sarada, and all the other kids, from the first generation, so to speak. They are now in class being taught by Shino, and so we learn now Shino will show them the official, ninja headband, because the exams are coming up and they all have to pass, of course. And so now we're getting each kid initial reaction, and they were like this one kid by Boruto. He had this grayish looking skin and blue hair, and for some reason I cannot figure out whose kid he is. Now with that blue hair, I was thinking of that guy, with the sword that was traveling with Sasuke, Sugetsu. Now, that right there could be a child, but at the same time, I have no idea who his mother can be, because this guy, for some reason, to me at least, because of his skin, his hair, he stood out so much that I was puzzled trying to figure out who it was, who a kid it was. And even now, I have no idea, but that blue hair leads me to believe now that it could be, Sugetsu's child. But there is at least my thoughts. But now we see that, all these kids were pretty much, okay with it or excited. But we have Sarada. She was the only one that kind of confused and conflicted, because she had no idea about ninjas really, and she was kind of trying to hear about it, and she had no idea what it meant, to even be a ninja. So now she has all this personal conflict that she does have to, sort of with herself. But now we have Sarada. She was now traveling with, Choji's child, Chojo, I believe is her name. And so we see now, Chojo, she really speaks up her mind, because we see now that she was actually supposed to be at the training, with Choji right now to get ready for the exam, and she actually wanted to skip it, but Sarada was telling her that, she should go there. But then we have Chojo, kind of snapping at her, calling her, a stuck-up bitch. And I did not think, this girl would be talking like that. But we see now that the real reason why Sarada had wanted her to go is because she felt like Chojo should spend time with her father, because Sarada sadly was not lucky enough to do that. But now we see that even though, Choji is supposed to be training her, you would think that he'd be at the meeting spot, but now we have Choji actually, walking about, eating some chips. And you see now, Chojo will call him embarrassing, because, she thought that her father looked like a fool walking around eating chips like that. But the real reason why, but the real reason why Chojo was getting upset is because he was eating, lightly salted. So I'm guessing Choji is possibly trying to lose some weight now, eating a bit healthier. I'm not really sure, but that right there just set Chojo off. But now we see that when Choji came over there, Sarada, had parted ways with them. And so now we go to the real star here, Boruto. He was now, fighting with Naruto, but they were playing tag. And so we see now, Boruto being up to no good as usual, and we had Naruto, trying to catch him. But now we see Boruto did kind of, outsmart, Naruto by using, a shadow clone. And now we have Naruto about to bring out a clone as well, to capture him. But we have Sai, telling him that right there wouldn't be mature to him. But now we see Sai is now training his daughter, is in his fighting style. And I do wonder if that child will learn, those mind techniques that Ino could use, because that right there would also be, that would also be very helpful, because I'm not saying, Sai's jutsu is lame or nothing like that, but those mind techniques are definitely powerful and really should not be, underestimated. But now we see, like Naruto was kind of telling, like Naruto off a bit. I mean, Naruto was like telling Sai a bit off, how like he should stick to his own type of training, and like Naruto will do the same. But now we have Sai's daughter calling him out, saying, why in the world if they are trying to act all cool for when like really old fashioned. But now we see that like Boruto, he came over to Sarada, to help her Naruto obviously, and we see now that when Naruto asks her if she has seen Boruto, because right now he like hiding between the sign, Sarada actually helps Naruto out, and I mean Boruto out, and that right there, actually surprised me. And so now we see Shikamaru, and I gotta say, Shikamaru to me, like, he looks so badass as an adult, like, that little goatee he has, or whatever it is, like, to me, he looks so freaking awesome. Now, Shikamaru has definitely always been one of my favorite, like, Naruto characters. I want to say he's at least definitely in my top 5. And so the fact now he is still playing, a big role because he is Naruto advisor, and that right there is what he had decided on when he was a kid. To me, that right there is like really freaking awesome. And so now we see that like Shikamaru was with his son. Now right now I forgot his name, but I believe it's Shichigira. Now obviously it's been a while now, and obviously it's been a while since I read the initial, chapter 700. And so I still haven't got, like most of the names down except for Sarada and, Boruto. Obviously Boruto everybody knows by now because he is like right now Boruto and Sarada, or mainly Boruto, they will be, the main character in the spinoff. But now we see that like now we see that the Naruto definitely has probably used Sage Mode, to like capture Boruto before, because he can like obviously find him instantly if he uses that, and Boruto knows that. But now he at least wants to beat his old record, and we do learn now that right there was not the real Naruto, but it was like actually a shadow clone. And we see now that when Boruto was going to get away, and so that he can continue this game. Now we have Shikamaru like using his shadow just to stop him. And so now we see, Shikamaru was gonna, tell Boruto to turn down a bit so Naruto can focus on the work, but obviously Boruto would not listen. And so now we see that when Shikamaru had told his son to go get Naruto, he actually didn't want to do it because he said, damn, how freaking bothersome. And obviously, like Shikamaru realized that his son is it's just as lazy as him, because he said the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? So obviously, like father, like son, it's definitely, it's how these two are. And so we have once again Sarada. She was now thinking about her dad, and they actually have not met once. And we see now this family portrait. And then first, when I first read it, it obviously did not look that odd to me. But as I look at the page now, you see Sasuke is like definitely, like a lot younger, while Sakura does look older. And that right there, I did not realize it first. But I will say it was like definitely nice, it was definitely nice to see that, even though, even though Sarada had like never met her father, at least, she has like seen him in a picture format, because that right there is nice at least. And so now she was like wondering if Sasuke ever, like wore glasses at least normally. And so now she asked Sakura that, and Sakura said, she has no idea. And that right there kind of, set Sarada off, because she was like asking her, you don't think so? You guys were supposed to be husband and wife, and you don't think so? And so right now, Sakura was like telling her, Sasuke, like Sasuke is normally, away from the village, so it's like definitely hard to say if he like works them or not. And so now Sarada is like asking her if she's really, like Sasuke's wife, and that right there definitely, like sets her off. And so now we see once again Sakura's monster strength. It definitely got even better, but now we see that like when she had to punch the ground, we see now that she actually, messed up their home, because it actually fell apart. And so sadly, I definitely, like felt bad for Sarda because she like just want answers because obviously she has not met her dad, and she gets, like she gets very jealous when she sees all these other kids hanging around, with their fathers. And so even though Sakura, like was apologizing to her, we see now that the damage was like already done because their house fell apart, and Sakura, passed out because she has not paid off the loan yet. And so now we see Sakura is now in the hospital, and we have Sarada with like pretty much nowhere to go, but their house will be rebuilt. And so now we see that when Sarada does get back to her now destroyed home, we see her once again looking at that picture, and so now it's like a little bit messed up. But when she brings it out, we see now that like Sakura pretty much put up this fake picture, and the real one with a picture of Sasuke, Sugetsu, and Karin. And so now we see that like when Sarada is like staring at Karin, especially at the fact that she's wearing glasses, that right there, like triggered this huge alarm, within her. And now we see Sasuke as well. He has not came back to Konoha, and that right there should be awesome because now it says Sasuke Homecoming. So obviously in the next one we should see a lot more of Sasuke, and of course that right there will be pretty freaking awesome. But like for a first chapter, especially with this huge potential reveal, because I believe because right now I will leave it at that to Kishimoto actually says so himself. So Karin could be Sarada's real mom. So I do wonder if that's the case. Like where is Karin now? Did she die or something? Like why is Sakura doing this? Because to me it seems kind of crazy if she has no real reason to. So I definitely hope this over here get answered pretty quick, because I have to know. But for a chapter overall, I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. Now I know some of you all might feel differently, so please tell me what you think in the comments. And like always, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.